Hello, guys. My name is going to be Adrian. My group members are going to be Jennifer and Ellie, and we are the Shoe Company, Team 4. Next slide, please. All right. To start off, our mission statement. It's going to be to provide consumers with affordable and stylish shoes while also generating the most profit. And for our company goals, we wanted to have brand loyalty within all markets, being the North, South, and East. North being the main market because it had the largest market. We also wanted to keep employees happy and have high HR scores, which in turn would lead to low employee turnover rate. Another company goal, and we also wanted to be in the top 5 company in terms of net profit. All right, next slide, please. All right, so for pricing, our highest price was going to be at $98, and our lowest price is at $60. And our lowest price was our starting price, actually, because we wanted to test out the market. We wanted to see how consumers would react to our selling price at first, to see if they would buy our product. And in turn, if they did buy our product, we would gradually increase the price. We wanted to increase the price, but we also wanted to have a range where we would set like a maximum price, which was at 100. We wanted to have our price always lower than 100. Like, despite this $100 limitation, we would periodically increase our price because we wanted to test out the market, how it would react to an increase in price. And if we did have, for example, high unsold inventory, we would therefore decrease the price the next period to offset any unsold inventory we had the period before. And another thing to add on to raising our prices by period, we wanted to increase our budget just so we could allocate those resources into R&D, sales and marketing, HR, and so on. And finally, in reference to one of our company goals in the previous slides, where we stated that we wanted to be in the top 5, in terms of net profit in the simulation, we ended up being top 3 in both making revenue and net profit. And I'm going to pass it to my partner over here, Ellie, and she's going to talk about production. Next slide, please.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I will be covering the production, R&D, and sales marketing. We have 87,550 units manufactured, and we sold 86,776 units. In the first quarter, we produced pretty high units. However, our price is low, and due to the high demand, we don't have enough units to sell. That is one of the main reasons that led us to the total of 8,813 missile units. For the distribution, the unit's cost is $10. The transportation is $150. And for quality, we have 2 cost range. From the first quarter to the third, we set it at above average, so the cost is at $2. And from the fourth quarter to the end, we changed it to excellent quality, so the cost is $6.50, and the average cost for quality is $5.15. We have no expiry units. After testing the price and the quality and the cost, we know which price and how many units to produce. So we end up with 726 unsold units. From the practice simulation, we have a chance to play around, and it helps us know what is the best for our company. Next slide, please. Production, research, and develop. We have 3 categories: style, quality, and orthotics. The style represents the look and fashion of the shoe. Choosing to invest in style will be aligned with the latest consumer trend. The authorities represent the improvement of balance, posture, and health of the person wearing them. The quality represent the value of material use and how well the shoes are made. The more we invest in this category, the more it will be benefits us later. We didn't have enough purchase to invest the same amount for each category throughout the simulation, so the score was shifting, and the final score for this feature is 70% for style, 68% for orthotics, and 10% for quality. Next slide, please. We invest in 3 markets for the first quarter, and the inventory percent for the market is 50 for the north, 25 for the south, and 25 for the east. Because the north had the higher market size, is count as advantage to company, and the disadvantage is all the companies started from the north, so it will be a lot of competitor. However, it is our decision to choose which market to sell our product. So the first quarter, we saw that it's okay to sell more product in the north, even though we have a lot of competitor, and the unit sold chart show that the north has double units sold compared to the other 2 markets. The brand equity score was 85 for the north, 76 for the south, and 77 for the east. Next slide, please.
So in the next section, we will cover human resources. Our focus during the simulation was boosting employee morale, which we know is the emotional well-being and attitude of employees towards their work performance. We know that it's a huge contributing factor that directly affects productivity rates and overall the reputation of the company. These 2 factors are major areas of concern that we wanted to focus on. Our goal in this section was to achieve a high HR score, which in Venture represents how successful a company is at managing employees compared to competing businesses. Its score is based upon a combination of salary, benefits, morale, productivity, and turnover rate. So our goal is to have increased employee morale and productivity, as well as a low turnover rate. We were able to do this by focusing on adding employee benefits from the beginning of the simulation to ensure that we increased retention. Some of the benefits we included were healthcare insurance, disability, dental, paid leave, and childcare. In the following months, we added a few more benefits and also increased salaries. Next slide. So throughout the simulation, we averaged an HR score of 61%. Although we managed to keep our turnover rate low, we struggled in increasing our employee productivity, which averaged at 35%. We know productivity was an area that we could have better managed, and one way to combat this issue was to maybe add staff. And another way that I think could have benefited us a little bit better was to add employee training earlier on to provide employees with the tools and the knowledge to better perform their functions and increase efficiency and productivity. Next slide. So with the results we've shared with you so far, we ended the simulation in 3rd place. We performed better in the simulation compared to the last one. And although we had a rough start because we didn't produce enough units to sell in the first round, and it led us to missing about 8,000 units in sales, it gave us a little bit of a setback and gave it last place ranking. But after adjusting our budget and calculating a price point and number of units to produce that better matched our demand, we were able to get back on track and placed 3rd. We believe that revising our budget when needed allowed us to avoid a lot of unnecessary costs, like carrying cost, and overall contributed to our 3rd place rank. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.